was just thinking, like I always do, that about the ways that if these things are happening in your life, you're being controlled, you're being manipulated, you're being gaslit. I always thought gaslit was like just like sort of hazing somebody verbally around all your friends, but that's not what it is. But if you're they will go the control in my life. I'm going to talk about me. It goes from the friends you bring home from school. You go to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden, your mom's right in there friendly as your friends and your boyfriends. And those relationships, none of them ever worked out, or else they were like horrible relationships. And I remember my mom joined this Red Hat Society. And then that was it. It was only mentioned once. I don't know what they're about, but society in itself, those words, we call it a society because it is. They live a different way than you and I, or people that just live day to day and try to do good. These society people all have an angle to getting something they want. Shortcut. And so what's going on in the world is like all this stuff, because people are waking up to reality and who they are, and not letting people fear them or government fear you. Because it used to be public servant and now like public official. But it's no longer going to be okay to do that because the vibration on the earth, people are waking up, and so people are getting lighter and happier. And if you watch media, yeah, you're going to see all the misery because that's what they thrive on, right? Making people fearful. So they're going to show you a bunch of shit that's half of it's not even true. And to manipulate and use your energy, right? Because we all have energy. Well, not all of us. And so they'll do things like, they'll start with your friends, and then they just say subtle things like, "You gonna wear that?" Or like when I started making these videos, my ex goes, "Ooh, you look old." And just little things like that. And they'll manipulate the money. They'll slowly just take your self-worth to the bottom, and you just feel like you can't do anything. And at the same time they're doing it verbally, they're also putting thoughts in your head, right? And then they're manipulating situations with friends and things to come up. Like we were living at this barn, and there was a coach house up the front driveway, and I rented it out to this guy and this girl, and she would be so freaking crazy, just do the weirdest, craziest shit to me. And I'd go and tell him, and he'd like, "What did you do?" So it's all mind, psychological warfare. And so that's why it says knowledge is power, right? You gotta read a psychology book or just watch people, right? And I've watched people for a long time, and I've been a victim of it because I was so oblivious to. I didn't think people were mean like that because I wasn't, right? So I didn't think almost everybody around you could be that way. They'll slowly take you from society, right? So that everybody around you is the same way that they are. They'll only bring those people around, right? manipulators, users, energy suckers, rapists, drug addicts, you name it, right? People that will do stuff for money. But you don't realize that they're doing it because they've got you under black magic and spells and stuff. And you just think the whole world's like this. So you just kind of go, okay, well, I'm not going to put any emotions into anybody anymore, right? But it's because they brought you into a situation where they know it and everybody around them, the whole freaking community, right? Was in their pocket kind of thing because they were stealing your inheritance or whatever, putting life insurance out on you, whatever. These are the things that these people do, right? I mean, it's coming out in social media all the time, and it never dawned on me until I woke up that I was one of these people that went through this. But they start from even in childhood. They will know when you're born whether you've got this certain vibration. I don't know what they do, but I don't know how they find it, but whatever they do, that's what they do. And then they track you from birth. And then they pay your family to put you in government programs and shit. They just try to off you or have you off yourself by putting you in situations that you're just going to eventually give up, right? And lose that spirit that's in you. And then they can take that spirit when you pass and pretend to be you, right? And have those gifts and everything. Because they don't have them. And they've been here for thousands of years. But these are some other creatures that were supposed to come here and show humanity how to do good and be families and stuff. But they did the opposite. So the entities that are in these flesh bodies are have to either change or they have to leave, right? So there's a lot of them walking around. So there's going to be the vibration of the earth is going to go up or something this winter, and many of them will pass away from sickness or whatever. And it's sad, but they'll have to go and do the life, come back and live the life of the people that they've hurt. They're going to have to experience those things themselves. So that's what I'm learning. I'm not positive, but that would be my hope that they had another chance to do it again and do better, for sure. Because, we all brought up to certain beliefs in your family, and you believe it because your family said it, and, you learn it in books, but yet it's been twisted for millennia, the history, right? The truth is, see the Bible, people say it's not church or my man, woman, there, whatever, but when you take it back to the original language, it's the truth. You come here, you are divine. You come here and you forget. And then you have free will to do good or bad, and some choose to do bad. And then they lose their ability to eternal life out of here, out of this system, right? So then you get to, I guess, quantum portal, like go in the ethers and stuff, right? I'm not quite sure about that part. I'm just trying to get to the end of this earth part. But I learn more and more every day, and I just want people to learn too, and it all starts with forgiveness, like love. It's love. It boils down to being loving, not hate. It's simple. It's so simple. Love yourself first. Learn how to love yourself. Fix what hurts. Fix what you don't like. And then, it's an ongoing lifetime thing, but and then choose to be happy. You gotta choose to be happy because it's a choice. You can choose to say, frick, I got a flat tire when you walk out the door, and it turns your whole day back. Or you choose to just fix the tire and, okay, on with my day. Right? So, anyways, that's what I do. I'm doing the best I know how, and if I get it wrong, I'll come in and say, hey, I was wrong about that. Or, well, I wasn't. Usually when I say something, I'm not gearing it to just me. I'm gearing it to the information I find out about things that are going on in the world. And then I relate it back to my own life and go, hey, that's what's going on. And then I ask God to show me in reality, like real life, and then I see things, and I've always had this inner knowing, though. I guess they call it clairvoyance or something, clair-knowing, because I can tell what someone's going to say after before they get it out. But sometimes I have to stop myself. That's why it seems like I'm anxious, but I already know what you said. But I get impatient waiting for it to come out of your mouth.